find that serving her more fresh food and produce has actually been good for her health, that she's had less, congestion or other kinds of foodborne issues?
Well, like a lot of sugar, Nicole likes sugar, but I've never given her so much sugar where it's actually had a negative effect on her health. I've never really, she likes her junk food, but she doesn't get it so much that it'll negatively impact her. So I can't really say, okay, I'm giving her more fresh vegetables, so now she's gonna play. If she's sick, she's that type of baby. She'll be all over this room, even with like a head cold. So I can't really say that it has. I'm sure eating healthy has positive effects for your body anyhow, but I can't say like, yes, I gave her an apple every day for 2 weeks and she started, her runny nose went away. I can't say that.
Can you tell me, how long have you attended the academy? How did you get interested in it?
I started coming to Catherine Ferguson Academy January 2008. I was pregnant for the whole summer of 2007. In 2007, I went to school at Henry Ford High School, and towards the end of my towards the time where Nicole was going to be born, a couple of teachers were concerned, and the nurse was concerned, and she took me to her office and she spoke to me, and I was like, I don't know what I want to do. I don't know if I'm going to keep her. I don't know what I'm going to do. And she actually referred me to this school. She gave me the number to this school, and I did some research online about the school. And I decided it would be a good thing for me to go. So I enrolled, and Nicole came with me, and I've been going ever since.
Is Nicole's father involved, and do you have much support at home?
Nicole's father he's involved. Not as much as I'd like him to be, but he's involved. I do have tremendous support at home. That's how I'm able to come to school every day, and I just have a lot of support. My family is very supportive. We're pretty close. We're all pretty close. We may have our differences, but we are pretty close. Like my grandma, who my mom needed when I first had Nicole, my mom really needed a break, so I went and I lived with my grandma. And then I came back to my mom's, and then my aunt comes over and she helps me. My cousins come over and they help me. My uncle helps me a lot. I just have a lot of support. I don't know how I would have done half the things I've done, or I don't know how it would be where I am right now without my family. I love them so much, and they've helped me a lot.
Can you tell me about the camaraderie with the other girls here at the school? Do you find this, compared to going to Henry Ford or other places, that the kids feel engaged or enjoy being here?
I think I've been to 3 high schools, and at each high school you have the kids that are the students that are really engaged, that really come to learn, and you have the students that come to graduate, and then you have the students that come because your mom said, if you don't, I'm kicking you out. So, but here I do see there are still each of those students here, but I do see a lot more, okay, I have to do this. And it's not only I have to do this because I have to graduate or I have to get to a good college. I have to do this so I can have a future and so that my child can have a future. I have to do this for my child. Before I came here, I was pretty about school. I was like, my thing was I was going to freeload off my mom. But now I can't. I have a daughter. I can't. I have to teach my daughter that you need to be independent. It's okay to depend on people sometimes. Like, if you need support, it's okay to ask for help. But you need to be able to do this for yourself. You need to be self-efficient. You need to have an education so that you can have a future, so that your daughter or your son or your twins or whatever can have a future.
Have you made a lot of friends since you've been here? Are there girls that you pal around with from here? Has that changed, like from when you were going to Henry Ford before you became pregnant? Do you still hang with the same crowd, or have you developed new friends since you've been here?
before I was pregnant, I was actually going to Renaissance High School.
Okay.
After I became pregnant, I started going to Henry Ford. And then when I had Nicole, after I had Nicole, I came here. But I was at Renaissance for a year, and I made a lot of friends there, or associates, friends, whatever you like to call them. And then at Henry Ford, I kept in touch with them through Facebook. And then Henry Ford and I was only there for a semester, so I didn't make a whole lot of friends, but I was pretty much friendly with everyone. Like, I never butted heads with anyone. I was friendly with everyone. Even like I only went there for a semester, but the security guards knew me. Like, they see me on the street, like, hey, you went to Henry Ford? I'm like, yeah. But am I still buddy, like go out every weekend or talk on the phone a lot? No. Not because we don't like each other anymore. It's more because we're at different places in our lives. We're all still teenagers, but I have a daughter now. I wasn't like the type of teenager that went out a whole lot anyway, but after having Nicole, I'm really more homebodied, and I am more responsible, and I feel a bit more mature too, because before you have a child, you don't think about a whole lot of things. It's like after you have a child, it's like you can't just like, oh, let's go to the park. You have to be like, okay, Nicole, we can go to the park, but okay, I gotta get your backpack ready. We need the snack. We need the juice. We need to make sure you change your clothes because I know you're gonna be playing in the dirt. We need some Band-Aids in case you scrape your knee. We need this. We need that. It's like a whole different thinking process almost, and it's not that we're just here at this school. I've made a lot of friends, and I feel so close to them, and I think it has to do because somewhere or another, everyone that attends the school is in the same boat, and I've been here for a year and a half, so I've been here for a while, longer than I've been in any other high school. So I have made a lot of friends, and I do feel very close to them. Like, some of my closest friends I've ever had go to this school. I met at this school.
Well, today's your birthday, and so we want to acknowledge that. But do you think that your sense of direction and your sense of self-respect have improved since you've been here at the school?
Definitely. My sense of direction has improved. My sense of who I am has improved. I'm only 18. I just turned 18 today. So it's not like I know who I am, what I want to do, where I'm going to be, but I do know where I want to be, or what I want to, where I want to be. And I'm more confident now. I'm more outspoken now. I just feel more comfortable being myself here.
Well, what are your goals for the future? What do you want to do?
I just want to be a notable person in my community. Since going to this school, being out with the farm and going to different conferences and meeting different people and just discussing certain values, and I'm very passionate about Detroit. I love Detroit, and there are some things I don't like so much, but I love Detroit. I was born here. I was raised here. I plan to stay here for the rest of my life. So I want to be a leader in Detroit, not necessarily a mayor or a politician, but just everyone knows and say, hey, we need help with this. Who can we contact to get this help? Or who can we talk about with this? Who should we invite to this meeting and consider their input? I want to be one of those people. And I also want to be a part of the generation that drags Detroit's name out of the mud and wipes it off and say, this is Detroit, this is the real Detroit. We are not the murder capital. There aren't a whole, kind of break down some of the myths about Detroit. I want people to I want to be able to say, do you see that new hospital that is totally eco-friendly? I helped put that there. Do you see this recreational center for adolescents. I help make that. You know, that's the type of person I want to be.
You're graduating next week. Do you have a career in mind?
Nursing. I want to do nursing because I like taking care of people, and there's money in it. So I want to live comfortably with my daughter, but I love to write and I love to read. So I want to almost do something with like a nursing journal, or maybe even write for a newspaper in Detroit, or just like a little magazine, do certain little periodicals. I would eventually like to write a book.
Awesome. Do you have any advice to give to young mothers and also to teens in regards to teen pregnancy?
You just have to block out all the negative. Don't let your child feel like a wall that you have to break down or overcome to get to what you want. You don't have to drag your baby or your baby with you anywhere. You can take your baby. You can say, you see what mommy's doing. I'm going to school every day. I'm doing my homework. This is what I want you to do. I'm going to college. This is what I want you to do. You should take the opportunity to become a role model, to kind of almost, how do I want to put it, to not exactly build, but to kind of mold the person that you the person that you want to be a part of society. You can say, okay, I'm working and I'm doing this, and all the money I'm getting is taxable, it's totally legal, and this is what I want you to do. You can be a role model. You can take the opportunity to be a role model for your child and not just say, I'm a teen mother, oh, have pity on me, I'm a part of the system, I'm another statistic, I don't fit in anywhere, I'm just going to stay at home, I'm dropping out of high school because I'm just going to have more babies and collect welfare checks. So no, you take the opportunity and you mold a little, I don't know, politician or a little activist or a community leader or whatever you want to contribute to society.
Why did you decide to become part of the Super 7, and what are you hoping to learn from your trip?
I decided to become part of the Super 7 because we were going to go to South Africa. It's like they said, you get to go to South Africa. I'm like, okay, I'm there. No, and then afterwards, it's like, this is what we'll be doing. And it's such a positive thing, and I'm just so happy to be a part of it. As far as what I hope to learn, I don't want to go to South Africa and have expectations like, oh, I have to see this many plants before I leave, or I have to build this many of this, or I have to get this many business cards. I want to go with like an open mind and like an open spirit and just experience everything that I can and kind of soak it in and just kind of roll around in it. I don't want to expect too much of anything. I just want to learn all I can and do all I can do and be a part of whatever I can be a part of while I'm there and take it back home and share my experience.